Wait, what? The Italian team, Partisan Seagulls, came first in the colony category?
I bet they did.
Oh, these guys...
Oh.
These guys were there with the kids?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Guys, come on. You see what's... Of course.
Oh, God.
Let's go on to 3 headlines. We know that very few of you read mainstream media anymore. And by very few, I mean none of you.
Just not mainstream media.
But we read it so you don't have to. And, of course, to surprise none of you, spoiler alert, it's dog shit. It is all dog. But it's entertaining, which brings us to the newest installment of 3 headlines.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
All right. 3rd place. From Time. Remember them?
Good old time.
The magazine?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we need Recession-Pop right now,
Oh, boy.
is their headline.
Is that music?
I don't even know. But here's an excerpt from it. It says, if it's starting to feel like 2008 again economically, it's not. It's also eerily starting to feel... No, it's also eerily starting to feel like that culturally. Do you mean where people elected the worst president ever because of white guilt? Is that what you mean?
Whoops.
Identifying recession indicators has become part of the daily lexicon. For you guys, the return of some early aughts fashion trends like peplum tops, I don't know what that means, and skinny jeans are, according to some experts, a signal of the country's forthcoming economic decline.
Wait, what? Skinny jeans mean the economy is going to collapse? I thought it meant the guy was gay.
I thought
Skinny jeans went away?
I thought skinny jeans kind of went, and then bell bottoms kind of came back. Are we back to skinny? Are we back to skinny jeans?
I don't think bell bottoms came back. I think you're thinking of boot cut.
Well, yeah, boot
Well, that's
cut.
kind of bell bottom-ish.
Kinda, you know what I mean? There's a flare.
Yeah.
I
You
like
can't have
my
too much flair.
It's a signal of
flare
the
to
country's
leave.
forthcoming economic decline. And perhaps, most interestingly, do you mean, and perhaps the only interesting thing about this article yet? Recession-Pop is back. Just listen to Kesha and T-Pain's latest single, Yippee-Ki-Yay.
How about new?
Exactly. Or Lady Gaga's new album, Mayhem, both of which have been heralded as Recession-Pop's hairs.
Airs.
I know, but it's hairs.
That's how you spell it.
Well, I'm trying to say it all breathy, so hairs.
I don't know what any of that means.
I don't. What is Recession-Pop? Like, I don't get it.
Also,
I don't know. We're not a year removed from Fallujah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say there?
that's a peplum top, so I guess that's flare too, whatever.
That's back in. So that's an indicator of
Recession, apparently.
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Frank Dodd, chickens coming home
That's
to
an
roost.
indication of recession.
Hold on. This is the last time it's going to happen. It's Dodd, Frank. Not Frank Dodd. It's Dodd, Frank. Dodd first.
What's the taper in her jeans? Oh my God! Someone check the subprime market.
I got to sell my portfolio.
And these are the people when they quote economists.
I know.
Literally, some of those economists being included are like, well, I know that some of you use algorithmic reasoning, some of you quantitative reasoning. I go by pants style.
Fashion drives my investment strategy.
Look at the pants that she's wearing. Can't afford a mortgage. Mortgage rates must be fluctuating.
What's that? A maxi dress? Let me guess. You're paying 7%, right? Yeah, that's a 7% rate.
That's a whole different cast for the Big Short.
All right, 2nd place, the New York Times. To win this contest, just squawk like a seagull.
Oh boy.
Let's hear it, Stephen.
All the news that's fit to print,
I
like
mean-
what's unfit to print?
A lot.
We do have a supporting clip for after the excerpt.
Okay.
What?
Here's some excerpts. It says, there is friction between gulls and people in Belgium, he said. The gulls, he added, were unfairly blamed for problems caused by human behavior.
What?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be some environmental thing, right? Where it's always people's fault. Just in case, if you want to fix the earth, just get rid of humans. Just
There you go. That'd be fine.
While some people complain that gulls inhabit their spaces, yes. Yes. You know what you do?
I do.
You have too many seagulls, what you do is you put some cayenne on a fry.
Yeah.
And you throw them out, you won't have a seagull problem anymore.
There you go.
My mom taught me that one.
Is there something that makes them explode?
Yes.
Like
I don't
without
know what
being
it
quick?
is.
It's
Yeah.
Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer.
And M80s.
Yes, that's true. The gulls that inhabit their spaces make disruptive noise and steal their food. He said humans had encouraged this by feeding the birds old bread, storing their trash in easily accessible bags, and infringing on the birds' habitats.
Oh boy.
Well, the birds' habitats are trash.
They are.
Like seagulls love trash. They
Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, they can't get enough of it.
Yes, I remember that 37th Amendment.
The seagulls didn't have it.
Yeah.
But then it goes on.
Habitat should not be infringed.
It shall not be infringed. I wanted to make seagulls sexy again by organizing this event, Miss Willard said. They really deserve to have a positive image. No. No, they don't. They don't deserve to. And this is the thing, too. Name me any animal, name me any insect, name me one that could not be less endangered, that is useless, that is a nuisance. And guess what? You will find someone who has made it not just like to be a contrarian, an insect or animal or anthropod, whatever you want to call it, that they like. It is their entire reason for being.
Yes.
There are people out there where their entire reason for existing is they fixate, like those people with like the Snoopy shirts and every single piece of Snoopy memorabilia. You know those people?
Weird.
Only it's like the Japanese spider crab or something like that.
Random bird.
Yeah.
Look, I have fond memories of seagulls as a kid going down to the beach, and you hear them, and they've never been a problem for me. And one time I was on an island though, and they had like a little seagull sign that said "Look up," and you were leaving like a shack where you got food. It's because they would literally dive bomb people as they left.
I was crapped on by a seagull.
Not enough people shooting them.
It sounds great for this seagull fetish guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know this guy's doing weird stuff with
He puts
seagulls.
fries in his mouth and says, "Come get some."
Yes, exactly. Come to daddy. Oh,
Baby bird you. Woof.
There is a clip still.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
thanks, Tim.
I'm glad.
All right, this is a seagull clip.
Yeah,
Sounds
you're
so
a
I want to hear your
brightest.
squawk first. I want
I want to see the clip first, and
Yeah,
then I'll gauge it.
squawk for me, baby.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, yep, all freaking weirdos. Oh!
Wow.
What's her number?
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
God, this is too low.
Here's the thing, you know,
And she laid an egg.
these kids didn't just end up this way. The parents were like, maybe you should go do a seal squawking competition.
The pedophiles in the front gave you a 15.
Yes.
That's what they're hoping they're
They do look like, oh, there we go. That's a mime seagull.
Yes, a mime seagull.
Nope, never mind.
Oh my god. That's where they wanted
That
us
one
to go
actually
to.
was pretty good.
It was good.
That was really good.
But it's a useless talent. How do you monetize that?
It's just the extension of higher education. You get a degree in gender studies, it's stupid. Then you get a degree in Afro-lesbian-centric studies, it's even stupider. Then you get a degree in basket weaving, it's dumber. And then you're down to seagull competitions with a member of NAMBLA dressed up like the seashore. I hope no one notices.
You said that it's the parents, but here's the thing: if all those competitors were 15 or under, I would think, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
But they're adults.
Yeah.
It's also
These are grown-up people with jobs.
Also, if it was just like people got together, like you're at a bar, it's like trivia night, like, okay, the winner does the best seagull thing.
sure,
You find out
sure.
a hidden talent, but it's like, all right, on May 24th, it is Seagull Palooza.
And it was written about to make
What is
seagulls
that?
sexy again.
There it is.
God.
Wait, what? The Italian team, Partisan Seagulls, came first in the colony
I bet
category?
they did.
Oh, these guys.
Oh.
These guys were there with the kids?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Guys, come on. You see what's. Of course.
Oh, God. They look like some kind of freaks from Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
They got dildos on their noses.
They're just pedophiles. It's always pedophiles. Every single time.
It's honestly.
It's always
Pedophiles.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Mug
Go
Club.
what you did there.
I always love a little pheasant tree humor.
I'm not a dodo.
Little poultry pun for you.
All right. All right.
Let's move on, please.
I don't know how that's not first place. First place.
No kidding.
Again, from the New York Times. All the news that's fit to print.
Speaking of tree.
My boyfriend has a husband. Should I tell him about us?
No.
Didn't want to work, but there it is.
You should first be sterilized.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and then I would suggest not being here anymore. That would be,
Somewhere else.
yeah, anywhere else. I don't care where.
Wherever you are.
Here's an
go somewhere
excerpt.
else.
I'm a man who's been with my husband for over 35 years. Some 12 years ago, I began a second relationship with another man. I didn't seek it out, doesn't matter, but it has deeply enriched my life. Oh, so long as it's good for you. Well, by the way, this guy's gay, so I bet you his husband probably knows about it.
Yeah, he does.
They're probably fine with it. It's probably not like cheating.
He's acting like he doesn't. Oh, no, Richard, where are you going?
Yeah, exactly. Like, guys know.
Make sure to send me the video again.
Yeah.
Back to the tennis club again.
It's like Hillary with Bill. He really wasn't actually like cheating. It was the arrangement.
Yes.
She's like, okay, you put X number of babies in me and then do whatever you want. Just don't get caught. All right. He says, I've been with my husband and this honesty has led to our own understanding about boundaries.
He's been open with
What some may call ethical non-monogamy. You're gay. That's what you mean.
Yes.
You're gay. You're gay, and so you do gay stuff. And your equally gay husband is okay with your gay stuff. Because here's the truth.
Right.
It doesn't make it right. But very often, when a man, we're talking about heterosexual, going back to normal, when men tell a woman, like, yes, I had this affair, but it didn't mean anything, here's the thing. He's telling the truth. It didn't mean anything to him. He loves you. He made him, and he slept with someone else. I'm not excusing it. Here's the thing. If he says that to a guy, he's like, hey, I went to the Folsom Street Fair, and I slept with this guy, but you know it doesn't mean anything, right? The guy's like, yeah, I know. That's it. Like, in other words, it's a much easier issue to resolve. Like, I wish you would have told me before, gotten tested, since they don't have those disclosure laws in California. That's the new civil rights cause du jour, is not having to disclose your infected HIV seminal load. So I'm a little uneasy about that. But you know what? I slept with the pool boy. He's like, no shit. Yeah, okay, let's go back to being husband and husband.
Hey, what's worse, ethical non-monogamy or unethical monogamy?
Ooh. I think monogamy is helpful, but the ethical part, that's...
No, you don't get to define it. I've defined it. You have to tell me which one's worse, which one's better. Ethical non-monogamy or unethical monogamy?
Well, how is it unethical?
Yeah.
That's true.
Unethical monogamy would be like you're in a monogamous relationship with a seagull.
Oh, okay. Then definitely ethical non-monogamy. Yeah, if it's a seagull.
You freak.
Yeah, I am. I mean, my
furry.
reputation precedes me. It's gay people doing gay stuff.
Yeah.
The monogamy rate, I don't even know if anyone studied this. It's probably pretty close to zero. Definitely closer to zero than 100% in the gay community.
I'm ethically non-monogamous, so soon to be single?
Yeah, exactly. Well, not with the gay, they don't care. It's like, yeah, go do
I
whatever you
think a
want.
lot of them do
Gay.
care. A lot of them do care.
I have never known. Anyway, this is what he wrote. He wrote, my struggle, my second partner hasn't told his husband about the nature of our relationship.
12-year relationship.
They have an open arrangement, but the depth and specifics of ours haven't been revealed. So the issue here, it's a question of depth?
Spoiler, his boyfriend is sleeping with his husband.
I mean...
His boyfriend's husband is sleeping with his...
Oh.
It's a love
and
triangle.
it ends
quad.
with, that makes me uncomfortable. This whole thing makes me uncomfortable.
For you.
Hold on, time out. For 12 years, that's made you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
And there's no, impetus to change maybe sexual deviant partners? Or maybe say, hey, tell him or I'm leaving? Come on. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. By the way, that's a pretty good... I don't know... Probably shouldn't translate this into German because his struggle, Mein Kampf.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Boy, there's that
Bring
not
it full
knowing.
circle.
It's a different struggle.
Just chew it.
This is when people say, hey, what you do in your own bedroom, sure. No one should walk into your bedroom and swat the wiener out of your hand, like, get out of here. But
so maybe if that had happened once or twice before, you'd be better off.
but that was used as the guise to say, love is love. And so people who are, and I will tell you, the church really failed Christians with this because you need to be graphic. You need to go, yeah, people say love is love. And by the way, people, of course, we are tolerant of other faiths and that we don't believe in persecuting people of other faiths because we believe that your faith is a choice, right? That's modern Christendom is the wellspring of modern freedom. Also mercy. Also the idea of a nuclear family. Sure, so we tolerate this, but even if we disagree with it, got it, great. Just like Hinduism, Buddhism, but it's not all the same. Love is not love. It's not all the same. You guys need to know what this means. When they say love is love and they're pushing for same-sex marriage, they want you to think that it's just like the people you know who are, man meets woman, they fall in love, they agree to be monogamous, they get married, they stay monogamous. Of course, there are exceptions, divorce, but the ideal, they have children, they rear said children, and they continue said cycle and repopulate this country. No, because no one wanted to say, what they really mean is they want to have all these same legal rights, which they are already afforded under civil union, by the way. This is why Elton John was against gay marriage and pro-civil union. What they want to legitimize and normalize and equivocate between a monogamous heterosexual relationship and an ongoing orgy, which is the norm for a majority of gay couples. Now, I won't say 100%, certainly more than 50 as far as gay couples not being monogamous. If you meet a couple that are swingers, if you meet a couple that have an open marriage, it's an event. Like, it's a big deal. It's so atypical. If you do it, hey, what you do in your own bedroom. But we societally said, this is all the same. It's objectively not. And that's why we find ourselves in the gender bender here right now. When we just said, up until, 2000, what was Prop 8? But in 2009, Prop 8 was a same-sex thing that was a really big deal. Up until really that point, let's say up until 2002, in Western civilization, certainly the United States, it was, okay, the reason the government recognizes marriage, and I think that the government has destroyed marriage, and I think it should be out of the marriage-running business. I think it started with no-fault divorce. That's not lost on me. Hey, you straight people screwed up marriage first. I get it. Up until the 2000s, it was the reason for marriage, the reason for tax breaks is because we want the primary form of self-governance, which is necessary for us to have freedoms. You can only have freedoms if they are married to duties. We think the first duty that's important is to your spouse, to your family, to create a family, to have children, and that will create a society, multiple societies that can self-govern. Husband, wife, children. That's the unit we want. We're going to encourage it financially through tax incentives at that, whether you agree with it or not. I get that the waters have been muddied. Then we said in the 2000s, no, we're going to change it to mean anyone who uses the term marriage for any kind of a relationship who wants to share property. What? Wait, hold on a second. Didn't we want that because we wanted both male, female, because that was best to raise kids? Yeah. Are you saying that there's no difference? There's no difference now. So it's all love is love. All marriage is marriage. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. I'm a woman now. Well, what do we do? There's no difference. What difference does it make? I'm a woman. She's a man. There's no gender. There's no reason for it. There's no value to it. There's no duty to have children. There's no duty to create families. Right? It's all the same. That's where we are now. And it will. You see it now, right? They said, slippery slope. It will go to sex with minors. It will. That will be normalized to whatever degree. Here's how it's going to happen. It's going to start with destigmatizing, which you already see. Like, these people don't need punishment. They need help. And then it's going to be, well, maybe we need to re-examine this. And you'll have some people trot out, well, historically, women at the age of blank, 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 and then that'll translate to pederasty, and they'll bring up the Greeks, and they'll bring up the Romans. Because we have said that men, women, monogamy, polygamy, age, it's all fundamentally interchangeable. There is no difference in value. When I say value, I don't mean value as a human being. Both the raging homosexual and the standard heterosexual male were fearfully and wonderfully created by God. I'm not talking about value as a human. I'm talking about the value that you bring to a society, the value that you bring to your community. And yes, there is greater value if you are capable of, and if you plan to have a family and to raise children who will also be contributing valuable members of the future society. That is not equivalent to what you see here, but it all falls under the umbrella of marriage. You guys see the problem? It's not just hate. I'm saying there is a different, quantifiable value to this country, to its fabric, to society, and there is a reason that all the way up until Hell's Kitchen first launched, we had a view of marriage and what a family was. We changed it. That's the start.
Hell's
I'm just saying that's
restaurant?
up until the time of that reality show is about when we said, we were wrong about marriage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were dogging Gordon Ramsay for a minute.
Yeah. No.
I was about to get on my high horse.
I like Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Gordon
Celebrates
Ramsay.
his entire career.
All right. We're okay. Good. We're good.
I'm surprised that guy has gotten out relatively unscathed with the people going after celebrities. I think it's because it's so out in the open that he's like such a dick. But also,
you'd say something about him, like, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, I'm sure they
Makes
will.
sense.
They'll come after him. So anyway,
I don't think so.
Which one do we think is worse?
The second one is the worst one, right?
I think the second one's the worst, actually.
Yeah.
The last one is like gay guys doing gay stuff and then being 12 years later uncomfortable with it. And when it was like,
I think all three stories are pretty cool.
Well, I guess
Wow,
there's
Josh.
certainly a novelty aspect to it. That last story is just, it's like you don't need to write this. You chose to write this because you hope that if you do 1,200 of these, people go, oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Just, you're married, but you have sex with whoever you want. And yeah. You keep doing it and you chip away. Let me give, spoiler alert. if you guys haven't watched Conclave, you might want to block.
Spoil it. I haven't watched.
I won't tell you when or what.
Oh, okay.
But there is a twist.
Who?
There is a twist where someone who is a man, who, in other words, you'd have no suspicion whatsoever.
He's a priest.
Well, they're all cardinals. Turns out that this person, the big scandal, is a man who was born with ovaries and I think a uterus. Like one of the 0.012% of Earth who are, hermaphrodites or Klinefelters, intersex. And I go, oh, what do we do? Look, that's not what people are talking about when we're talking about LGBTQ AIP. To be clear, it's about 0.1% of population Earth. And the vast majority of those people have very clearly defining primary sex characteristics at birth. In other words, it's not just a crapshoot, like, I don't know, is it a boy or a girl? Whoa, we're just going to have to snip one too many. That's not what happens. They go, oh, this is a girl with perhaps an enlarged clitoris. I'm not trying to be, but that's something that happens in that developmental phase. Or maybe there's a man with, for example, something that resemble ovaries or a uterus, but they are primarily a man, they are primarily a woman. No one here is condemning, othering those people. The reason they put it in there is because they want largely white suburban women, the women who supported trans males and female sports. Statistically, that's the only reason it's ever happened. They want them to go, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Yeah, that is complicated. That is nuanced. Maybe I need to take another look at LGBTQ. And guess what? The intersex and those people are nowhere amongst them. They do it, so they go, bet you didn't think of this. Huh? So we should have drag queen story hour at libraries.
No.
There's so few of them that they don't speak out because there's so few of them.
Yeah.
It's true.
If there were more of them, they would all be like, no, don't bring us into this.
Well, and exactly. They don't want to be involved.
But you don't hear that because there literally isn't enough of them.
No, and they mostly live as a male or female. Sometimes they have to have an operation when they're older. It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, these things happen. For example, there are people who are born with certain disabilities. We don't teach, for example, that human beings have 12 fingers and 12 toes. There's gonna be a guy in West Virginia, I have no doubt. It doesn't change anatomy class.
I think the majority of people would be okay with it.
Yeah.
If someone was like, hey, my kid wants to play on the girls' team. She has ovaries.
Like,
I don't know. But here's the paperwork from birth.
But the truth is, they are.
They go, oh yeah, shit. Sorry, we don't want. Oh God, no. Yeah, play.
Yeah, unless it's someone who, by the way, has all other masculine characteristics and happens to have ovaries. I bet you the parents would be like, yeah.
Well, if they look like the Smashing Machine, then maybe be like, oh, you can't play any sports even with the boys.
Right. And that's a majority of them. A majority of them look, present. You would think, okay, a man, and they have some kind of an anomaly that they may or may not deal with, where even their spouses don't know unless they tell them. But they want you to go, oh, let's throw this all in the same pot. It's not. This is the trick. It's the chipping. They did the same thing with abortion. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Well, what if it's Siamese twins and they have to go in and abort one of them, otherwise it will guaranteed kill the other baby and kill the mother. In other words, you need to perform an abortion to save the life of the mother and one of the you'd kill all three. They take this and they go like, that's not what we're talking about. And legislatively, no one is discussing that. That's not the same thing at all. But they do it, so then people go, well, I guess you have a point. Okay, great. And now 99.9999% of abortions are going to be elective, and you have 10 to 15,000 that take place every year in the third trimester. That's what they do. So make no mistake, this New York Times thing, they just want people to go, oh, yeah, sure, yeah, open relationship, yeah, a guy cheating with another guy, and they all have sex. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just like Mimi and Papa's marriage back in the day. There's no difference. This has been angering 3 headlines. Hey, if you're still watching, this is the part where I increase interactions and tell you to comment below, what do you think? Right, because that works. But if you don't, you can just click one of these videos playing in a similar vein, or it may autoplay. Ooh, that's fun.